What's up, everybody? My name is Ben McLeod from All Them Witches, and today we are going to be doing a guitar tutorial for Enemy of My Enemy. This track is on Nothing as the Ideal, which we recorded at Abbey Road. Anyway, I had a lot of requests to do this song as a tutorial, so here you go. I'm super psyched. It's one of my most favorite songs to play live, and it's just a blast. It's super upbeat. So real quick, before we do anything, we're going to get in tune. So it's very important that you're in the proper tuning. So the low string, your E string is going to be a C, all the way down to a drop C. And then your A string is going to be tuned down to a G. Next up, your D string down to a C. And your G string is going to be an F, and then your B string down to an A, and then finally your high E is down to a D. So when you play a D chord, it should sound like this. So as I did in the Everest video, I'm not going to be calling out the strings as to what they're tuned down to now. I'm just going to call it out E, A, D, G, B, E strings, just to not get confusing, because that confuses the heck out of me. So anyway, we're going to start with the verse, and that's the opening of the song. It just starts on that kind of verse chug. Your pointer finger is going to be on the D string on the 10th fret, and we're going to hammer on with our ring finger on the 12th fret on that D string. And after that hammer on, you're going to chug again, so it should sound like this. And then immediately after that, you're going to do those 8th note chugs. So it should sound like this. Those chugs, what I'm doing here is it's on the E string. I'm just chugging away 8th notes, just real simple. And I'm not playing the string open, because then it would sound like that. You want to have your right hand kind of on the saddle, lightly palm muting. You don't want to be pressing too hard, just nice and light, so it's choking the string a little bit. So let's check this verse out. So that riff there, that is a turnaround. It's going to start on our A string. Actually, the whole riff is just on the A string. You're going to start on the 12th fret with your ring finger, and it's going to go 12 down to pointer finger on 10, and then open A, and then pointer finger on 9, and then up to 10 with the middle finger, and then open A again. This is what we have so far. And I'm kind of doing the same palm muting thing. I'm not playing those open. I'm going. That's what we have so far. So after that, it goes 13 with the ring finger on the A string, down to 12 with the middle finger, open. This is what we have so far. And then pointer finger down to 9, middle finger up to 10, and then open A. So this is that turnaround so far. And then after that A, you are going to throw in an open E string chug. So check this out. Then those jabs on the D string, 10 to 12. Here's that whole turnaround for you. One more time, a little faster. Now, if you're having problems, just check out the tab. It's all there, and hopefully that helps you. All right, moving on to the chorus. The verse is going to end with another one of those turnarounds, only we are going to be stopping in a very specific spot. It's going to be stopped on the A string with our 10th fret with our middle finger. So the turnaround before the chorus goes like this. And then we slide down to that first note in the chorus, which is going to be on the E string on the 5th fret. Now, this chorus is super easy. It's kind of got a hardcore open string arpeggio going on, which I was really psyched about. So the bass notes, first I'll do the bass notes. It's going to be ring finger 5th fret on the E string, pointer finger 3rd fret E string, pinky finger, you know how I love using that pinky finger, on the 6th fret E string. And then now I'm going to add those arpeggios, which is just open G and D. And you're going to play those in between the bass notes. And I'm throwing in a little gallop there, so it's going dun, 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 dun. One more time. Dun, 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 dun. Then it just goes back to what the verse does. It just chugs until the second half of the chorus. So let me play what we have so far. Turn around leading into the chorus. Before that second half of the chorus, I'm releasing my chug and playing the strings more open as to kind of build up the second half of the chorus. All I'm doing there is going, and I play it differently every time, so don't feel like you need to start releasing that chug at the perfect time. Now, the second half of the chorus is going to be more of a pushed feel. Same exact notes on the bass notes on the E string. It's going to be so 5, 3, 6, 5, 3, 6. That's different from the first part. Remember, the first part goes da, 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 da. And this follows Parks's vocal line a lot tighter. So and when I'm doing the arpeggios with that, I'm only playing the G string in between those. When I get to that 6th fret on the pinky, I'm throwing in the, so it's G, D, 6th fret, and then back to G. Check this out. Back to the verse. So let's recap that chorus for you. Now we move on to the first solo of the song. So this is a pretty weird solo. It's gonna kind of sound like I'm hitting the wrong notes, but I wanted it to kind of sound like old Converge or old hardcore music that I used to listen to a long time ago. So your pointer finger is gonna be on the B string on the 10th fret, and your middle finger is going to be on the 13th fret on the G string. And what I'm doing here, actually it kind of sounds like the Pixies there, but when you play those back and forth starting with the G, so GB, 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 what I'm doing there is kind of bending the G string up to match the note that my pointer finger is fretting. Just like that. And then the rest of the solo, I'm not going to call out all the frets and stuff because I've actually included tablature for these solos for you that I worked really hard on. So anyway, what I'll do for you though is I'll play the solo really slow, and then you can kind of see what I'm doing. And then it goes into a turnaround. And then back to a verse. So here's that solo one more time, even slower. Verse 2 is exactly like verse 1, only we're doing something a little bit different with the chugging. Check this out. So on that low E string, I'm going it's almost like a super quick gallop. I'll try to play it real slow. So a little bit faster now. So after that verse, it goes to a second chorus, which you've already learned. And the second chorus is exactly the same, only instead of going into another verse, it's going to go into that fast snare roll that you saw in the play through in the beginning of the video. So I'm going to play the last little section of the second chorus and then play that snare roll build for you, and then I'll explain what I'm doing there. So right there, it's gonna do D string, pointer finger on the D string, hammering on to the 12th fret, and then our pointer finger is actually, as that ring finger stays on 12 on the D string, your pointer finger is gonna move to the G string on the 10th fret, and we're gonna be playing both those notes and doing pretty heavy palm muting there. And I'm kind of going D, so like D, so it's kind of alternating between the D string and the G string. But I'm not making it a super clean arpeggio there. I'm kind of playing both at the same time sometimes. All right, now our last chorus is going to be the last part before the intense heavy breakdown, and this goes like this. So it's going to do that 3 times, and it's the same form as the first half of each chorus. And when we get to the chugs up top, it's going to be shorter than you would normally play it. Check this out. Let me play that last chorus for you. The outro of this song is by far one of my favorite riffs that we play. Actually, Parks came up with this. He wrote it on bass, but he plays a little bit different part on bass than the riff that he came up with. But this is what he came up with, so kudos to him. It's going to be kind of similar to the turnarounds in our verse. It's all the same notes. It's just kind of a different order in which they happen. So check the tab for this, and what I'll do, I'll play it real slow. The only difference, it's going to start on the 13th fret, and it's all on the A string, and it starts on the 13th fret. So 13, 12, open, 12, 10, open, 9, 10, open, 13, 12, open, 9, 10, open, and it's just going to alternate those over and over. So here's it really slow. So in order to get that precise, a great right-hand technique is going to be really practicing your legato picking. So I'm going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Every single note that I'm picking, hammering on and off, is going to be a down, up, down, up. Just like that. And when you get that down, that's really going to help you with your speed and your accuracy. So after the last turnaround before the section, it hits the open A string 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that 5th note is on the A string on the 13th fret. Slide that ring finger up to the 15th fret, down to the 12th fret, all the same finger. This is what we have so far. And then pointer finger, 10th fret, 12, 10. This is what we have so far. So you might be wondering at this moment, how many times do I do the turnaround? So we're going to do it 4 times before hitting those 4 open A strings. I know this sounds confusing, but just check the tab out. It's all there for you. I'm going to play this section for you. So that was 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back into the turnaround. Another 4 times, open A 4 times, and then Same spot. Now for my favorite part, and hopefully your favorite part too, the end solo. So it's kind of split up into two parts, bookended by those turnarounds. What I'll do real quick, I'll play the solo section and then I'll break down what I'm doing. So I'm gonna play that first part of the solo, the first lick for you. I'll play it real slow. One more time. Really, the only tricky part of that lick is when it picks up with the pointer finger on the 10th fret. Because you really got to use your pinky finger on that D string on the 12th fret. Right there. So a little bit faster. Now that next solo section is a lot easier in my opinion. It's less of a finger brain jumble. So it's going to start on our G string on the 10th fret with the pointer. All that is there, that crazy walk down, it's just a pentatonic scale. So here's that part a lot slower. And now I'm walking that pentatonic down to where it's ending with the pointer finger on the A string on the 10th fret. Once I get to there, boom, right in place, ring finger is ready to go for the turnaround riff on that 13th fret. I'll do the walk down real slow for you again, and watch how easily it transitions into that fast riff. So now I'll play the whole solo section for you about that speed. When I'm ending that, the last note is going to be that A string on the 10th fret with pointer, and I'm just kind of sliding it up into oblivion. I don't really have an end fret that I'm trying to get to. It's just going to be about like that.